Hello everyone, welcome to my class. Our course name is Strategic Management Accounting, and this is a major course for MBA program, and this is a 3 credit course. And of course, from this course, our course objective is to develop student knowledge, skills, and understanding in evaluating and applying strategic management accounting techniques in different business contexts, which will enable the student to contribute to the evaluation of the performance of an organization and its strategic development. So in this course, actually we are going to learn the concept of strategic management accounting and the need for strategic management accounting, some strategic issues and techniques that are used here, the contingency theory, the institutional theory, method of management accounting, the advanced cost volume profit analysis, responsibility accounting and transfer pricing, application of activity-based costing and activity-based management, the balance scorecard, the life cycle costing, benchmarking, target costing, and Kaizen costing. So these are the content that are included in our syllabus. And today we will start our first topic. And our first topic is accounting for strategic management and introduction. So this is the chapter name, the first chapter name that we'll cover, that is accounting for strategic management. So I am sharing my screen to share the slide of this chapter. All right. Okay, so I'm sharing you my screen. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. So I'm just starting our first chapter.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you see my screen right now?
Ji, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the slide. The first is the strategic management accounting and introduction. So our learning objective of this chapter is to understand the strategic issue in management accounting and describe the issues and theories conceptually, explain some of the techniques and approaches used in handling the strategic issues, and finally we will discuss the role of management accountant in confronting the issues. So the first, we should start with the term that is a strategy. So what is a strategy? So strategy is an integrated set of action aimed at securing a sustainable competitive advantage. So in other words, we can say strategy is an action that manager take to attain one or more of the organization goal. So to achieve a goal, the different initiative or action that are taken by the managers is known as the strategy. So a strategy can also be defined as a general direction or the set of direction for the company and its various components to achieve a desired state in the future. So strategy result from the detailed strategic planning process. So already from the definition, we found that uh, when we are talking about a strategy, next we need to know the strategic planning. So what is strategic planning? A process of designing a mission statement, setting a long-term goal and objective, and establishing strategy. So we can say a long-term plan. So in other words, strategic planning of an organization uh, is a process of defining the strategy. That means how we can define the strategy, how we can make the direction, how we can make some decision on allocating the organizational resources to pursue this strategy. It may also extend to control mechanism for guiding the implementation of the strategy. So, strategic planning became prominent in the corporation during the 1960s and remain an important aspect of strategic management. It is executed by strategic planners or strategists who involve many parties and research sources in their analysis of the organization and its relationship to the environment in which it competes. So it is a actually a issue that is evolved in 1960s, and it will continue now and in future also. So in a business organization, strategic planning is very necessary. So the next topic we want to uh, discuss, that is the difference between conventional management accounting and strategic management accounting. What is the difference between these two? Because we have already learned management accounting. There is a separate course for management accounting or advanced management accounting, and how it differ to strategic management accounting. So if we go on the only the points, so conventional accounting is based on the past information, that is historical information. But if we look at strategic management accounting, the it will talk about the future perspective. So strategy is planning for future. So the prospective issue can be identified here. So the conventional management accounting, as we have heard or learned in the previous courses, that is management accounting is or cost accounting is mainly depend on manufacturing focus, how we can minimize our cost. So that is the main focus issue of conventional banking. But uh, in strategic management accounting, the focus point is competitive focus. That means how we can compete the other competitors or other organization. We need to update ourselves. We need to upgrade our whole system, whole strategy, that we can beat our competitors. So conventional management accounting deals with existing activities, and strategic management accounting talks about possibilities of future. So conventional is reactive. That means we measure the performance after the actually the event has occurred. So for this reason, management accounting is called reactive. But strategic management accounting is proactive, as we will uh, research or we will measure for the future. Uh, and then conventional management accounting overlook the linkages, but management accounting embraces the linkages. And conventional accounting is deals with data orientation. That means specific data is used. But in strategic management accounting, it is information oriented, not data oriented. That means the result we have given from the previous years, couple of years, that information might be a input for our strategic management accounting to predict the future. So that's why it is called information orientation. Okay, so this is the main difference between um, management accounting and strategic management accounting. Next, you are thinking about it is accounting course, why we are uh, go, going for theories, because it is a strategic management. So of course this course is combined with some theoretical things and also mathematical things. So especially this first chapter is related to the theoretical concepts of different uh, concept and approaches and strategic issues of strategic management accounting. And inshallah, from the next class, maybe or next chapter, we'll discuss, we'll start the mathematical portion or analytical portion of strategic management accounting. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so our next topic is role of the strategic management accounting. So what is the role? So there are some points given here. The first one is align the organizational strategies and goal. Of course, we need to align the goals and the strategy. And then monitor and evaluate their operation with those of their competitor. And finally, pay much greater attention to satisfying customer needs. So, in other words, we can say, the today's business operate in a dynamic and complex environment, and these industries are affected by sociological, technological, economic, and political factors, and also internal competition and increasingly bargaining power of suppliers and customers. So these forces have radically altered the business environment. So thus, business are turning to strategic management accounting in order to survive in this changing business environment. So the role of this management accounting, as we have said, is to align the organizational strategy with the goal of the organization. And also, we need to monitor and evaluate the actual performance and also with the competitor with our strategy. And we should pay greater attention to our customer need, because our company's goal is to satisfy the customer. So when we are doing any plan or strategy, the first thing we have to consider how we can satisfy the customer. So this strategic management accounting will provide us a range of internal and external information for decision making. So this is the role of strategic management accounting. So if we talk about the next one is need for strategic management accounting. Can you see my slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why SMA is needed? So in short, or in abbreviation, the strategic management accounting is called SMA. So the need for SMA is to ability to acquire, allocate, and utilize resources in line with the needs of environment is very crucial. So the focus of the management accountant, therefore, should be outward and forward. Okay. Okay, so now we'll go to the next one, that is contingency theory. So some of the theory that are related to the strategic or management decision. So we can say what is contingency theory? So a contingency theory is an organizational theory that claims that there is no best way to organize a corporation, to lead a company, or to make decision. Instead, the optimal course of action is contingent or dependent upon the internal and external situation. So, of course, uh, in this theory, the main focus is internal and external situation. So, of course, these internal and external situation will lead what should be our goal and how to make the decision. So that is contingency theory. Okay, so another, we can also define this uh, contingency theory as the type of accounting and control system that is where it is said that there is no universally best design for a management control system, but it all depend upon the situational or contextual factor that we have already said that. So what are the factors? What are the internal and external situation? So it might be the organizational structure, the technology, and the market on budgetary control, the size of an organization, its technology and its structure, okay, decision making styles, organizational values and motivation, management aspiration for profit growth, etc. So these are the, it might be the factors of contingency theory. So using these internal and external factors, we should define our goal and strategy, that is called contingency theory. And there is another theory which is known as institutional theory. So what is institutional theory? It is an approach to understanding the organization and management practices as the product of social rather than economic pressure. So it has become a popular perspective within management theory because of its ability to explain organizational behavior that define economic rationality. So institutional theory is mainly depend on the internal factors and internal situation, the management practices, okay, rather than the social or economic pressure of outside or external factors. So institution theory is based on the internal factors. So now we have learned about some strategy and strategical theory. So we should now know what is strategic management accounting and how it evolves or created. What is the history of this strategic management accounting? So the provision of information to support strategic decision in organization, which is given by Ince in 1998. Review of literature by Lord 1996 identified some of the standards, that is extension from internal focus of management accounting to include external information about competitors. So of course we should focus on the management accounting issues and also include some of the external information about our competitor. The second point he mentioned is the relationship between the strategic position chosen by the firm and the expected emphasis on management accounting. And finally, gaining competitive advantage through exploiting linkage in the value chain. So few things. One is about the competitors' external influence. Another is company's position, strategic position. Another is the value chain. So these are the main criteria for strategic management accounting as per the literature of Lord. Okay, so another technical issue, that is included in strategic management accounting is target costing. So in fact, we have a separate chapter for this target costing, and it will also used in strategic management accounting. So the strategic role of management accounting emphasized in formulating and supporting the overall strategy of an organization by developing an integrated framework of performance measurement. So we need to develop an integrated framework by considering the internal components and also external influence like competitors. Also, we have to know the value chain. We have already learned about value chain in the last maybe, I think, not all of you, few of you already covered in accounting information system. Here we have learned about uh, value chain, that is starting from supplier to the after sales service. All these steps are known as value chain. So it is an important issue. So by considering all these factors, we need to develop an integrated framework, and that will be the role of strategic management accounting. So if we want to say in a single line definition, we can say strategic management accounting is the process of identifying, choosing, and analyzing accounting data about activities of an organization and the changing external environment within which it operates, for assessing strategic initiative of the organization. So in one sentence, we can say this definition of strategic management accounting, that is, there is a few things we need to accumulate. One is identifying the accounting data, choosing the accounting data, and analyzing the accounting data from the activities, and also the factors that are changing the external environment information should also be included to determine or to assess the strategic activities of the organization. So this is known as strategic management accounting. Okay, so what is next? So next is strategic issues and techniques in strategic management accounting. So how it differs from general traditional management accounting. So in management accounting, in fact, we have learned about something cost sheet or break even, ABC, activity based costing, and some other issues. But in decision making process, few of these techniques are follows. One is life cycle costing, another is Kaizen costing, another is target costing, and finally benchmarking. So these are the strategic issues and techniques that is used in strategic management accounting. So all of you can hear me, and do you understand the things?
Yes, sir.
So these are some of the theoretical things. Of course, we'll go for details, mathematical issues, and practical application in the forthcoming chapters. All right. So what is life cycle costing? So as given here, you can also find here what is life cycle costing. So it is an of course a strategic analysis tool discussed in form of life cycle cost management and life cycle cost analysis. So from here we can learn what is life cycle. So of course life cycle defined as the period of a product in the market. So sometimes few product that is launched today, we cannot find it after 1 year. So this is the life cycle of that product. But if you say about Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Lifebuoy, and Lux, so these are the product that is also from the very a long time back it is started and still it is continuing. So the life cycle is continuing for this product. So the life cycle analysis should consider the period between the birth and disease, which studies the phases of the life, the repeated pattern that occur during the life, and the causes and effect of incidences, aiming at something that can be recognized and learned from the earlier life cycle of the item under study. So, of course, when we are looking for life cycle study, we should start from the birth, and we should consider the present day. We should consider the present day as the last date, and then we should prepare within this time period what are the things or what are the incidences that affects our sales or cost of the production that should be considered in this life cycle costing, and it will help to determine what should be our future strategy. Okay, so what are the things we use in life cycle costing? First, we should determine the feasibility studies. Then we should research. We should development. We need development. We need to production. We need maintenance. We need replacement. We need disposal as well as support, training and operating costs. All these factors should consider whether we when we are talking about life cycle costing, which will be discussed in elaboration in the forthcoming chapter. Okay, all right. So next we can say, what is our next? That is Kaizen costing. So what is Kaizen costing? Kaizen costing is in a short way, Kaizen costing effort to reduce cost of existing product and processes continually. So in a definition way, we can say that Kaizen costing is the maintenance of present cost level for product currently being manufactured via systematic effort to achieve the desired cost level. So to achieve the desired cost level, the maintenance of our present costing system is known as Kaizen costing. So Kaizen means, what is the meaning of Kaizen? So Kaizen means improvement, which contain two elements. One is improvement, another is continuity. That means we have to improve our product, improve the quality continuously. So Kaizen means improvement and continuity. So one important advantage of Kaizen costing is low cost setup. So there is basically not much investment in the term of equipment. It is more of using the already existing resources and information to reduce cost. So Kaizen costing is more focused on reduce the setup cost of the product. Okay. So when this Kaizen costing is used, so Kaizen costing is applied during the manufacturing stage, whereas target costing, which will be which is our next topic, target costing is used during the planning stage. Then Kaizen costing focuses on production process, but the target costing focuses on only the product, and Kaizen costing focus in the process. And another thing is Kaizen costing aims to reduce cost. Kaizen costing aims to reduce cost of process by a pre-specified amount, relying on the employee empowerment. So it focuses on also in the employee empowerment. Okay. So what next? Next topic, that is, we have said target costing. So as we say, target costing is a new concept. Uh, it was adopted by the Japanese companies in the early 1970s, and it is a procedural approach to determining a maximum allowable cost for an identifiable proposed product. Assume a given target profit margin. So that means, what is the difference between Kaizen and target costing? So target costing, so before manufacturing the product, we should set a specific uh, profit margin for our product. So we suppose the cost of our production is 10 taka, and before it can be sellable, we have already determined, that means we should include 40% margin or profit percentage uh, to our costing price. So if our costing price is 10, so that means 40% of 10 taka should be 4. That means our selling price would be 14. So suppose if our costing price changes over the period for different issues, of course the margin should be 40%. We should maintain this target profit margin 40% in each and every time. So our selling price might be varies because we need a minimum percentage of profit. So this is our target profit cost method. And the two objectives of this target costing: one is to lower the cost of the new product so that the required profit level can be ensured while the new product meet the level of quality, delivering timing and price required by the market. So that means we want to lower our cost. If we can lower our cost, then we can achieve our required profit level, and it will also ensure the quality, delivery time, and also the market price level. It will not increase that much of market price level. So the focus is, we need to lower our cost and maintain our profit level. Both the thing is considered here. And another objective of this target costing is to motivate all company employees to achieve the target profit during new product development by making target costing a company-wide profit management activity. So of course we should motivate our employee to work together, to work in a team, that we can achieve our target, we can maintain our minimum profit for the new product. So that is called the objectives of the target costing. And finally, the benchmarking. So it is a close phenomenon to competitor accounting. Competitor accounting is a special accounting based form of strategic level benchmarking, which does not include cooperation with the object of this comparison activity. And so this is the benchmarking. So you can also define the benchmarking as a process of studying and adapting the best practices of other organizations to improve the firm's own performance and establish a point of reference by which other internal performance can be measured. So of course, if we see, there are different management accounting tools are used. Suppose Toyota use just-in-time method. Some of other company might be used theory of constraint. There are several uh, standard or several techniques used by the top companies. So we can also learn from them. We can also hire the concept from them, and then we can implement in our existing business profit. So we should set a benchmark, a standard level, that what we want to achieve. So if we do not have any benchmark or standard, then I think it will be difficult to achieve our goal. So we need to set up our standard or benchmark. It could be another company's technique, it could be a combination of a few other companies, but we need to set up a benchmark for our company to achieve our goal. So this is known as benchmarking. All right. So these are the tools or techniques or issues that is used for strategic decision making in management accounting. Next, we will discuss about the approaches in handling the strategic issues. Can you see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another thing, where you get this information that we have learning today. So one slide is already given in your BLC, but Blended Learning Center. Another, the book and lecture material is also given. Actually, the lecture material that is given under the topic 1 or chapter 1, that is related to this chapter. And I think this slide, this is a modified slide, so I will also share it with you. I will send it to you in the BLC also. So this is a modified one, and there is also another slide is given in your BLC. You can also see some details over there also. Okay, so you will find 2 slides and 1 lecture materials, and also the book I have given to you. All right. Okay, so can you hear me clearly?
जी सर.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now there are some approaches used in strategic management. So first is the Porter approach. So Porter's theory, there is a theory of Porter's, Michael Porter. In 1980s, he invented an approach which is known as Porter's approach. The basic question under this approach is how attractive from the viewpoint of the long-term profitability are different industries. And another is what is the enterprise relative position in its industry. So under this theory, these are the question that was asked by Michael Porter, and he found some and formulate and some of the strategy which is known as Porter's 5 forces. This is known as Porter's 5 forces. So there are some forces that is related to strategy. So what are the thing? The first thing is the threat of new entrant. So when you are making some strategy, you should look whether there is a threat, a new company will enter into the market. So what are the question we should find under the threat of new entrant? The first one is, do certain factors such as economic of scale, product differentiation, capital requirement protect the firm for newcomers? Okay, these are the issues we should consider. Another factor is that such as government regulation and policies restrict the competition or not. And finally, to what degree is the firm protected for the competition for new entrants to the industry. So as a new entrant, we should focus on these question or issues or factors, whether we should go for this product or not. Of course, we should determine this factor, that is the threats that we can face to introduce our company or introduce our product. The next forces is the threat of substitute. So you are launching a product, but you should know about your substitute of your product. Suppose we can say sugar can be substituted by the 0 calorie something, So tea can be substituted with coffee. So there are several substitute may be available in the market. So what are the threat of this substitute we should consider before enter into the market? So first, what we have to think, what is, will the presence of reality substitutable product increase the level of intensity of competition for the farm? So if we introduce our product in the market, already we have some but we have to consider whether the other substitute product can harm our intensity or harm our production level or harm our sellable capability. So for example, an example is given: plastic, glass and fiber foil exert pressure on the metal can market, electronic alarm system versus security guard market, fax machine and electronic mail versus express delivery. So these are the substitute people might use. So of course we should consider the threats of substitute before go for the enter into the market. Another point is the rivalry among existing companies. So if it is a competitive market, we should think about this rivalry among the competitors. That is, intense rivalry can be result of high entry barriers, rapid product innovation, slow growth in total market demand. So if you can see uh, when there is a few rival in the market, there is a chance, there is a high entry barrier, or there is a chance of rapid product innovation and slow growth in the total market. If you see the mobile phone companies, so initially it is, we know only Nokia, then we have know about something like Siemens, then it will come Samsung, but now the thousands of companies of mobile companies, and the price become low as the rivalry are existing. So and continuously, I think in every day new model is invented or marketed for each and every company. So there is a actually high entry barrier. It is a very, it will become a threat if we want to go for a new mobile phone company right now, because it is difficult to capture the market or uh, to satisfy our customer, because already there are several uh, company exists in the market. And then the bargaining powers of supplies. So then another thing we have to consider about, we should think about our supplies of our product, that is also necessary. The greater of the bargaining power of a farm suppliers, the greater the overall level of competition facing the farm. The bargaining power of supplier will be higher when the group of supplier to the farm is dominated by a few large farm, and when these supplier have other good outlet for their product. So for example, soft drink farm sell to fast food restaurant chains, athletic team that have strong bargaining power. So as you said, as you know, that is, there are some Coca-Cola, Pepsi company. You go to a Chinese restaurant or any fast food restaurant, you find separate refrigerator, fridge for different soft drinks company. So that means supplier itself marketed their product. So it is so the suppliers have more bargaining power. So it is difficult to capture market if we want to import from the supplier and then we want to sell it in a higher price, because already the suppliers by their own, they are ready to sell the product. So that is another threat or another power of the suppliers. And finally, the bargaining power of consumer. What is that? the greater of the bargaining power of a farm customer, the greater the level of competition facing them. So that's good. It is a good for the customer point of view. So when uh, for example, what we can say, mobile phone is one of them. So because customer need is uh, improving day by day, so the competition facing by the farm, also the computer or laptop, we can say, uh, this is another where the customer bargaining power is okay, because lots of available companies there, all are giving the same kind of facility. So I am ready to pay less amount. I don't want to buy your product because I have another option to purchase good quality product in a lower price. So if the bargaining power of consumer is high, then of course there is a competition in the among the business, among the farms or among the organization. All right. So of course in this market there will be low switching cost, and the product are not differentiated too much. So if we can also talk about the uh, soap industry, body soap, body wash. So of course there is a lot of companies available right now. So if I think yes, this product charge higher, or this quality is not enough according to their price, we can easily switch to other product. All right. Okay, are you there, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Do you have
Yes,
any
sir.
Yes, sir.
question? Do you
Yes, sir.
understand the thing? These are the, I think you have already learned most of the things, or part of the
স্যার
thing
একটা
in
প্রবলেমে
your
ছিলাম, সেটা হলো
management.
মেসেজ করতে পারছিলাম না। আমি পড়ানোর সময় যে কোয়েশ্চেন গুলো করব, মেসেজ করব, ওই মেসেজ অপশনে ফেইল্ড আসছিল।
ফেল এখন ঠিক আছে? এখানে তো
না, এখনো ফেইল্ড
চ্যাট বক্স
ফেইল্ড ফেইল্ড টু
চ্যাট
সেন্ড।
বক্স আছে।
হ্যাঁ, চ্যাট বক্সেই স্যার দিতে
ফেল
পারছিলাম না।
এখন অন্যরা তো দিয়েছে। আপনার ইয়েটা কি?
আমিও দিয়েছি, আমিও ফার্স্টে রাহাতুল ইসলাম, আমিও ফার্স্টে দিয়েছি স্যার, কিন্তু
হ্যাঁ,
আপনি পড়ানোর সময় যে দিচ্ছিলাম ওগুলো ফেইল্ড দেখাচ্ছিল আর কি।
মেবি সাম আদার টেকনিক্যাল ইস্যুস। সমস্যা তো হওয়ার কথা না। ইট ইজ ওপেন অলওয়েজ।
ঠিক আছে স্যার,
Or
প্রবলেম নাই।
please, anyone please write something in the chat box whether it is working or not. Yes, I found Samir is already written here. Faizan is written here. I think it's working. So I think you can logged in again. All right.
জি স্যার, ওটা জি স্যার, নেক্সট টাইম ট্রাই করব। আর স্যার
Okay.
4টা থেকে যদি ক্লাস হয় ঈদের পর, তাহলে তো আমার একটু প্রবলেম হয়ে যাবে।
No, no, no. After Eid, it will be from 6.
ওকে, ওকে, ঠিক আছে স্যার।
And next point is cost leadership strategy. Another strategy. What is the focus of this cost leadership strategy? Is to lowest cost producer. That means our product design, our skill economics, and experience curve. These three things will ensure the lower cost. So we need to provide the same or better value to the customer at a lower cost than offered by the competitor. So this is our target. Under this strategy, our main target, just we need to give a price that is lower than our competitor. So if you can remember about Symphony, can you remember about Symphony? Symphony Mobile, when they enter into the market, they start a lower price. So in fact, at one point, Symphony became the #1 selling brand in Bangladesh in mobile companies. After that, Xiaomi is switched now. You can also know about the Bangla Link operator when they started their journey. This is called market penetration. Because
Penetration.
market penetration. That is when GP was charging 7 taka per minute. Okay, Robi charging higher. Then the Bangla Link came into the market with a 3 taka per minute. So of course, it will change the market rapidly. So this is called cost leadership theory. For example, a company might redesign a product so that fewer parts are needed, lowering production costs and the cost maintaining the product after purchase. So in our production process, there might be some non-value added activity. So if we can eliminate this non-value added activity, I think we can reduce the cost. So that should be the focus point of our strategy. What are the steps? What are the non-value added things in our process? We should delete it. We should remove it. Okay. Next, another strategy is focus strategy. So focus strategy is mainly aimed of avoiding strategy distraction, compete with limited resources, reduce competitive pressure, bypass competitor skills or asset. For example, paging network incorporation, a paging service provider has targeted particular kind of customer and is in the process of weeding out the non-targeted customers. So focus strategy means I think your target market. Okay, you should set up your target market. For competitive advancement, you should not go for all. You can also target a specific customer. So if we think about some of the brands, something like the BMW, okay, so these only focus the higher class people. So their target market is the higher class people. They will not make car for the general people like Toyota. So Toyota's focus is mass. Toyota's target market is mass people, but BMW, Rolls-Royce. So these are some of the company. Their target is a few a portion of the customer or it's a target customer. So you can also say it about, in fact, though we are using too much right now, but actually iPhone is also for the high class people only. So they are not working for, but Xiaomi, Symphony, this Realme, Oppo, these are the phones for in fact mass people. So for better competitive and advantage, so iPhone and OnePlus, so these are some of the company they are targeting one category, one targeted customer, particular customer category. So this can be also a strategy used by the company. Then differentiation strategy. So this is we need to the main criteria of this differentiation. We need to create something new. We need to create something unique dimension than the other. So we have to add one thing more than the competitor. Suppose if we are saying about online education in Bangladesh or in tertiary education, I think Daffodil University are ahead than other universities. So this BLC actually created, in fact, 6 to 7 years back by the Daffodil company, but we do not use that much. But now we can understand the need for online platform is needed in the education also. So we can say this is a competitive advantage. You can find it, and this is a unique selling point of view. So every product should have unique selling point. So that is our main concept of this differentiation strategy. So strive to increase customer value by increasing what the customer receives, customer realization. A retailer of computer might offer on-site repair service, a feature not offered by other rival in the local market. So there is an example of additional. Okay, we know this is the computer shop, we can purchase it from there. But if they also provide the repairing service or warranty service or free after sale service, so this will, of course, this is a strategy. This will, I think, attract the customer, and they can increase their target customer by giving this sort of facilities. So this is a differentiation strategy.